Hey guys, welcome back to Delaware Acre. I have some green beans from the garden here, a couple different varieties. I've got yellow green beans, green beans, and some yard long beans. And I am struggling on keeping up with eating them fresh. My daughter and I like them, but we just don't like them this much. So I decided to go ahead and can them. And this isn't a big batch, but I also don't remember liking canned beans as a child. So it's kind of an experiment too. After I finished this, I was watching a video from the Holler Homestead, and Ben made a comment on there that they canned their yard long beans and they did not can well, that they turned to mush. So I will confirm or deny that when I actually open these up to eat. But I am just weighing them here and then just trying to keep a record of how much produce I'm actually getting from my garden. It's a rough estimate because I have not been very consistent with weighing everything before I eat or preserve it. So I am just snapping off the ends here and then very tediously cutting these yard long beans. I like them a little on the smaller side, so they're much more tender and they're not so fibrous. I noticed that if you get them a little bit bigger or a little bit thicker, they actually are like hollow in the middle. There's no bean in there, and the pod part that you're eating is very, I don't know, leathery, I guess. So I'm hoping that they stand up to the canning process. Yeah, there's a picture or a example of how there's like nothing to it. It's very fibrinous and mushy. Anyway, I'm just chopping these up and then I'm going to rinse them off and get them into some cans. Initially, when I started filling the jars, I just was grabbing handfuls of beans and mixing the different varieties up. And then I realized I should probably separate them out based on their size and maybe the type of bean. I had the most of the yard long beans. So I think I ended up with 2 jars of those. And then the yellow beans and the green beans, I ended up kind of mixing those up. But they were the same, I tried to make the same thickness of beans in there. So again, it's just an experiment here, and I'm fishing through and getting some bad ones out. I am hoping this whole time, I'm hoping that I will like these because canned beans as a child, I don't know if it's PTSD or just, I don't think it's that, but we had them so often, and I even homegrown canned ones, and I just did not like them. So I am kind of just struggling to make myself do this, but it's good to have these things on the shelf and preserve your own food, and maybe these will taste better. I think my parents may have water bath canned their green beans for a really long time, which might be why they were so mushy, but we shall see. I am filling each jar with 1 inch headspace. This is the raw pack method, so I'm putting filtered water there for my Berkey in on which is room temperature, on room temperature fruit and room temperature jars, and when you put it in the canner, everything heats up together. You can add salt. I'm realizing as I'm editing this video I did not add salt, so that's always an option. Probably helps with flavor, but it is optional. So I'm just washing my rings and lids. These are new jars, so I just wanted to make sure I gave them a good wash, and then wiping off the rims to make sure there's no nicks or cracks or any residue or anything on your jars. These are low acid fruit, so we need to pressure can them, and it just irks me to have to run the pressure canner for just 4 jars. Again, this is just an experiment just to make sure that I actually like these canned green beans. So I am pressure canning them based on the instruction manual for my pressure canner, which says to process them at 11 pounds of pressure, pints for 20 minutes if you are above or below 2,000 feet altitude. So I let them go for the allotted time, and then I let the canner cool down and the pressure get back down to zero, probably about an hour, hour and a half or so. But I was ready to wrap up this project, so I went ahead and opened it, and I felt comfortable doing so. So here's the jars. They look pretty. The yellow beans actually ended up staying yellow, so that's kind of cool in the jar there. So yeah, I have 4 jars of beans to go on my pantry shelf, and it's a little food security there. Just 4 jars, but it's better than the 4 jars that I didn't have before I started this, and it's better for these jars to, or these beans to have been saved. Look at them bubble in there. They look so cool. I'm glad I canned these and preserved them instead of letting them go bad in the fridge. So thanks for watching my canning beans video, and until the next video, hope you all are well. Take care. Bye.